Yo, YouTube, we back at it again, man. Y'all already know. Yo, YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy, Waters by Waters. JB Waters, Waters for short. Black Friday, man. I hope y'all enjoyed your holiday. I hope y'all enjoyed your Thanksgiving with your family. Was able to eat some good food. And y'all put in the comments what y'all ate. Tap in with me. Let me know what y'all ate, what y'all enjoyed, what y'all didn't enjoy. What were you expecting to eat? Anything that you thought you were gonna eat this Thanksgiving that you didn't eat? Let me know. Y'all know the routine. Gotta get it lit first. I feel like it's a ritual. It's like we can't even get started, you know what I mean? Unless we got the Palo Santo in there. So, but today I want to talk about something that's really been encouraging me for my own life, and something that I think have helped me for a long, long time. It took me some time to really believe this, but I know there's times when you just want somebody to support you, and you want your mom to be there for you, and your spouse or your friends, and you just want people to be there for you, and you want them to support you, and you kind of feel like, man, why isn't nobody supporting me, or why don't I have any likes? Or even for me, it's like, oh man, why don't I have any likes, or why nobody sharing this video, or why isn't this not going a certain way and that's not going a certain way? Do people not love me? Do people not want to support me? Do they not care about me? You have to realize at the end of the day, it's not someone's role to, and someone's job to support you. Like, if somebody does support you, if they do, follow you, like you, if they do, show up or buy your product, if they do anything, if anybody shows any interest in what you got going on or any belief in you, then that's okay. That's great, actually. That's even better than what I'm about to say. But what I want us to focus on, and what I'm about to talk about today is, the importance of understanding that it's not someone else's role to support you. It is your role to support you. It is your role and your job, and to believe in yourself, believe in your vision, believe in your goals, believe in your ideas. Those ideas and visions were given to you. Sure, they may be similar to what somebody else was given, an idea that somebody else may have felt or seemed like somebody else's idea. For example, basketball is a sport that several people have played. Thousands of people have played. Only a handful of people have become great and masters at it, to where they're remembered as legends. Maybe, to be literal, probably about 2 handfuls. I would say 3 handfuls max as the greatest basketball players of all time. But you know what? All of them still had one dream: to play basketball. But there was a difference between why Kobe's Kobe, why Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan, Larry Bird's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson's Magic Johnson. I can go on. LeBron's LeBron. They all had a dream to play basketball, but there will only be one LeBron, one Kobe, one Steph Curry, one Michael Jordan. So that's the exact same way with your goal and your dreams. It's not anybody else's job to fulfill your vision and believe in you and have faith that your vision is going to work and become what it's supposed to be. That's your job. And I think what we do is we get discouraged and we think, man, why is somebody not believing in me? And why is somebody not supporting me? Or why is somebody not, especially in this generation, y'all, where you will get discouraged like a motherfucker if you base your moves and base your motivation off of validation from everyone else. Social media has pretty much breaking the barrier between having validation internally and being able to determine, 1, how much money you can make, 2, how much self-worth you feel like you have, between if people can say that you're worthy or not, based off of likes, loves, little hearts, little emojis, all of these different things. All of these things are little signals if people are loving you, liking you, supporting you or not. And if you only look at those things, then you will get lost. You will get lost in not feeling good enough. You'll get lost in if what you're doing is the right thing, if what you're doing is working, if what you're doing is actually important to anybody else. But fuck it, it's important to you. And I think what made the people the greatest is the fact that they kept doing it regardless of what anybody felt about them. They kept doing it regardless if people thought it was the right thing to do. They kept doing it regardless if people understood it. They kept doing it regardless if people felt like it will become something one day. The successful and the greatest people that have ever created anything on this world are that because they believe that it was something regardless of what the fuck anybody else believed. Point blank, period. And that is what I want to come across to you today to understand. Now, some steps for you to be able to have more self-confidence and not be detoured from these external validation sources and means or medians is being able to, one, be more focused on what you have going on and making clear goals, but also giving yourself a realistic idea of what you're doing and then sticking with it and being flexible. So being clear, being realistic, being consistent, but being flexible that it may change and it may not be the same way all the time. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna find that that love for that thing and that consistency and that journey will outweigh any validation that anybody else can give you. So that's the first thing that I wanna tell you. The second thing is to be able to somewhat limit how much engagement you have with other people and telling them about your ideas directly. So for instance, telling people about what you're gonna do and trying to get this whole consensus of what people are thinking, because you might hear it so much to where you're discouraged and you're not even releasing it. I would say if you wanna try to do different projects and different things, then maybe for one project, tell a few people, and then for another one, just say fuck it and release it and see how the people react regardless, or not even see how the people react. Just post something for like a couple of days and don't even look and see if you have any likes. I'll do that sometimes for my own sanity. I'll post something, I'll just be like, man, I'm not even gonna look and see how many people liked it. I'll look at it in 2 days and there's 10 likes, 5 likes, 20 likes, whatever. So those are another thing. If you feel like you need to have some engagement to get a consensus on if you're going in the right direction, then do that for some projects. But then for some projects, just release the projects, let them be out there. The world will forget about them. You'll even forget about the fact that people liked it or didn't like it, and they'll be on to the next thing because time goes like this. So creation over competition is the third thing. Do not try to compete with how many other likes somebody else has. Do not try to compete with the level of quality of something somebody else is doing, because they might be in a different space. You know, I have to do that a lot for my videos. I still shoot a lot of my videos for music and everything off of my phone, and I look at cinema. I love movies, and I love it from a photographic perspective, a videographer perspective, from an overall cinematic perspective. And if I'm looking at these $100,000 cameras with the most expensive glass inside of them, and I'm comparing it to my, fairly new iPhone 14 Pro, I'm gonna be like, man, that shit is not as crisp as mine, and I get discouraged. So a lot of times what you can do as well is just look at what you have and work with what you have and understand, like, okay, I'm not trying to compete, I'm just gonna creation over competition. Understanding, cool, there is competition because capitalism wouldn't be what capitalism is if there was no competition in the marketplace, but you don't need to let that specifically, or should I say directly, motivate you majority of the time. So being able to understand that creation is more important than competition, and worrying about how many numbers you have versus somebody else's, like worrying about how much content you're putting out versus somebody else's content. Just stay in your lane and stay consistent doing your thing. If you say you're gonna post 1 video a week, then don't post nothing less than 1 video a week. And that's what I've been doing ever since I started my, revival back into YouTube. And my following, shots out to my 88 followers. 88 followers is 88,888 100,000 to me, 8 million in my mind, because I think the amount of love and attention of what I do and put into this will translate, and we will evolve together, y'all. So for all those people that are here now, the 1, 2, 3 views that I get, I can't see you. I would love to know where people are in the world, but it's all good. It's all love. Mark my words, y'all. We're gonna go together. But yes, being able to focus on creating more than competition will help you a lot to realize, like, it's not their goal, or it's not their role to pay attention and see if I'm successful or support me or be there for me. Because most people that you want validation from to give you those numbers and that money that you're looking for, they're not even on your level. Like Jeff Bezos, majority of the thing that makes Jeff Bezos rich and what makes Amazon rich is pretty much based off of people who will never be rich. Like majority of I'm sure if they look at his marketplace and they put like a pile of what makes Jeff Bezos, and it's like, where's your biggest consumer group? Who spends the most money in Amazon? I guarantee you the amount of people that can't afford to buy Amazon is bigger than a total amount of millionaires that are actually spending money on Amazon that can literally afford it, because there's more people that are rich less people that are rich and more people that aren't. So don't worry about the amount of something and what it is in relation to what you think it can be, because most people that you're looking for validation from probably don't understand your thing anyway, and they're just either liking it because it fits them for whatever specific reason, or they don't like it because it doesn't fit them, or they just lost in the sauce anyway and they're not paying attention. And that's something that I really have to tell myself about what I do, because I make thought-provoking things. It's not like entertainment that's like geeky gaga laughing all the time. And I love to laugh, I love to joke. I definitely have a funny, goofy side to me, but my stuff is about evolution and transformation, and that's my fucking goal, is to get people to evolve to a different version of themselves that they truly could have everything else with too. Like if you're a comedian, then with these skills you're going to be an even better comedian, and you're going to be an even better comedian, but like beyond when you're making money from your comedy and your God-given gift, because your goal is to strive to find who you are in its entirety and understand that that's a forever going journey. So even with myself, I could easily get discouraged, like, oh man, people don't like new thought, people don't like personal development, people want to rather laugh and have entertainment. But then you have to look, there's people who's making millions of dollars off of this. There's people who have 1.5 million views, 2 million subscribers, and they're doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, or at least having the exact same paradigm and talking about the same things that I'm talking about, having the same narrative. So do not compete, y'all. Do not compete, just create. That is one of the most important things for being able to understand that you are the person that is most important for supporting yourself. You are your greatest supporter. You are your greatest supporter. You know what you want to be. You know what your vision is. You know where you want to go. And if you don't know, then that's even more of a reason for you to get tapped in and get locked in on you being your greatest supporter, so you can know where you want to go. So you can know, where you want that to be, how you want to get there, and work on that process, man. Like me being super transparent, it's a challenge to understand and live with that, especially when you are trying to navigate just being an adult in general. It's hard for us to live as an adults in general, to find a spouse, to take care of our kids, to take care of our bills. Like being an adult is already hard enough. So the best thing you can do is understand that, hey, let me support myself, make sure I'm showing up for myself, make sure I'm rooting for myself, make sure I'm loving myself. And then if you're coming from a place of where you're giving and you want your heart to be in the right place and you're helping others, then it's only a matter of time, y'all. But none of this is worth our sanity. None of it is worth our hearts. None of it is worth our physical bodies. None of it is worth dying for at the end of the day. I posted an Instagram quote today on IG. Oh yeah, sorry it's so late. Y'all remember to like, subscribe, share, follow. Excuse me, my energy's feeling a little low, y'all. I shot this little music video last night and everything. But yeah, y'all can go see it on Words by Waters too if y'all want to follow me on IG. My Instagram handle is Words by Waters. I think I got it in my bio too, so. But yeah, so I was up late shooting, we was up late shooting that video. But yeah, that's why it's so important for you to be able to support yourself, be able to understand that, like, yo, I am my greatest ally. Your mind is your greatest ally. Your mind can be your greatest ally, or your mind can be your greatest enemy. It's up to you to decide what you want it to be, man. And I had to get to the point to where I really have to let people find themselves on their own now, y'all. Like, I'm dropping this content in probably the most passive aggressive, not even aggressive, but the most like caring passive way I can, because I understand it. Like, this teacher will present themselves when the student is ready, as they say. So this knowledge is here, it's out in the world. Like, there's so many other things that's out there, but it won't come across you until you're honestly ready for it, even when you feel like you're not. If you found this video, obviously you must be ready for it. The algorithm must have seen something else that was like it and brought you to it. So thank you for being able to view, but thank yourself for being in this vibration and being on this level to be able to view this in any way. So I think that's one of the most important things, man, about having to just understand that you are your greatest support, and you can't put that weight on somebody else, or at least get upset when you feel like people aren't supporting you. Just keep fucking creating. Just keep having the same type of mentality the rest of the world does about people looking at your creativity, looking at your projects, and looking at your goal. Just let it roll off your shoulders like a waterproof fucking jacket, y'all. And eventually there'll be something else that people are watching, because content is so quick, it's so fast, That's why I know even with Instagram, YouTube, and then wanting to pay you, they have all these prerequisites. You have to have this many hours, this many hours, this many, because they know what's going on. They know when they created the short form content creation, they knew what that created and what that built, especially in a society that's becoming a lot of having a shorter attention span due to the technology that we're having in these forms of short content creation. So, like I said, I didn't want to be on it too long, y'all, but I did just want to drop that on there for y'all to at least have that type of energy to believe, like, you know what, man? It isn't anyone's role to support you and support your goals. It is your goal to support you. It's your role to support your goals. You cannot get upset. You can feel get up and feel however you want. You know, you can do whatever the fuck you feel like feeling and do whatever you feel like doing. But I think the best thing for you to do is be like, man, you know, it is my role to support myself. And we all need support. So just keep supporting yourself, and you'll wake up and you'll realize the people that was meant to touch, it will touch. And those will be the ones that's in your DMs. Those will be the ones that's putting hearts in your shit. Those will be the ones that'll be putting little fire emojis. Those will be the ones that are calling you. Those will be the ones that are tapping. And another thing, man, something I'm learning more of why I even started giving love to YouTube more is that people that don't know you will support you more than the folks that do know you. So sometimes you just gotta expand your horizons and just start going different places, meeting different people, trying different outlets to be able to say, you know what, I need a little support, man. I need some words. Because folks who know you, the one of the trickiest things about human beings is that, and that's why I be feeling like I love human beings, but we're stupid as fuck, man. Like, I love us so much, but we're dumb as fuck because we don't pay attention to how much we can be. But people will be so scared to be different that they'll go to places and do things with people that are familiar to them, that makes them feel comfortable, but they won't even celebrate the people that's closest to them because they're so familiar to them. That's the weirdest shit ever to me, bro. That is the weirdest shit ever. Like, people will be so close to you and love you so much and be around you so much because they make you feel comfortable because their own fear to be around something different and break their comfort zone. But because they think they know you so much because they're within close vicinity of you, they won't support you because they feel like they know you very well. And it's like, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't even do this on purpose, but I'm one of the hardest people to predict when it comes to evolution and growing. I'm consistent because I don't like flighty energy. I cannot stand flighty energy, and I try to understand it more and more because, hey, as they say, you can determine what type of person you are by the things that annoy you. So I try not to let it annoy me. So I'm not flighty at all, but I'm definitely hard to predict when it comes to evolving and growing. And if you met me yesterday and you see me today, you meet a totally different person, a more evolved version of me. Probably the same person, but a more evolved version of me, even if it's in the slightest, most increment amount, in the smallest form of my new shit, to be able to see like the difference between yesterday and today. So, man, I hope that helps somebody. I know it wasn't long, y'all, but I want to be able to just drop it in. Y'all know I said it plenty of times, man. Y'all remember to like, subscribe, follow. Sharing is caring. As people say, the algorithm and YouTube likes this. I feel like, man, eventually, if you like it, you like it. Try not to get so caught up in the content, because sometimes I do. I get so caught up in the content that I wanted to like it, but I was so caught in the content that I did not like the button. So that's just another thing, man. I see why people put that stuff on there. But yeah, if you feel like it's something that you like so much, man, hopefully you can come around again and you'll be able to press that like button the next time. But yeah, remember, man, do not compete. Take some time to switch it up. Take some time for yourself. Focus on what your role is. Focus on what your goals are, so you don't have to worry about somebody else trying to support you and make you feel good about yourself. And you'll realize that, hey, you've been doing all of the heavy lifting. Since you've been doing all the heavy lifting, you will be exalted to be on the top, to get a view that people will not be able to see because they was not carrying any weight, or at least carrying some weight to help you get up there. People say it's lonely on the top, man. I have to get there to see. I don't believe it. I think it's lonely on the way up. But hey, perspective is reality, and this is just the perspective that I have from my vantage point. So that's the only thing I can talk about at this time being. But I guess for all of my 89, 88 subscribers, we will have to see how this journey continues along to see where we end up going. But happy holidays to everyone, man. Much love, much prosperity to all of your endeavors. Remember to stay well, be conscious, and write your world to existence. Waters, love.